You can't centrally plan basically anything. Not to mention, even if you had the smartest, best people, you can't centrally plan the economy. They can't protect Trump. They can't secure the border. They weren't able to invade and colonize Iraq. They're not able to do the most basic things. What makes you think that they could centrally plan an economy of 330 million people and billions of inputs and trillions of potentially outputs? They couldn't build the pier in Gaza. It takes us 4.5 years to build a highway. By the way, guys, how long has that highway outside of our studio been under construction? I mean, since 1880, that thing has been under construction. I mean, since I have moved here, to build a road is like a major accomplishment now in America. In China, they build highways overnight. They build airports in a week. It's a 1/4 mile long road, and you would think that at the rate that they are going, they are trying to recreate the aqueduct project. Now you might say, well, Charlie, China centrally plans. Well, yeah, that's the point, is that they're brutal with slave labor. Not something I think we should embrace. And by the way, China does not necessarily centrally plan their economy. They have a mix of market principles. You look here at what Kamala Harris wants to do. Rent control is what San Francisco did. Every time that rent control has been tried, it fails. And now she wants to price control. Bring in the same morons that are running our federal government to try and tell the local grocer what they are allowed to charge you, the consumer. When the solution is very simple. Cut energy prices. Drill, baby, drill. Bring down the price of oil. That alone will bring down your grocery prices. Number 2, bring up wages. And then step 3, not difficult. Slow the stem of illegals coming into the country. Cut regulations. Cut government overspending. I'm going to play this piece of tape here. It's 1:21. This is a Gen Z voter. She asks, why is a one-bedroom apartment $1,600? Rent prices are outrageous, and these jobs, they're bare minimum jobs. You know why? Because you vote for Democrats. Because Democrats are in control. Because some Gen Z voters are so enamored with the Kamala Harris psyop propaganda. Oh, I like her laugh. Oh, she talks about coconut trees. You'll never be able to own a home. You'll never be able to afford groceries. But you are being manipulated by a Democrat machine that wants you to vote for some sort of TikTok trend. It might work, by the way. This might work. Just so we are clear, price controls are very popular. They're detrimental. They will result in food shortages, food quality going down. It will be one of the greatest government interventions in the economy in American history. We've already seen it fail when it comes to rent control. Play cut 121.
I'm 20 years old. Why is a one-bedroom apartment $600, $1,600? Like, oh my God, for 500 square foot.
One at a time, I said. Yep.
Rent prices is outrageous. And then these jobs, they're bare minimum jobs. Like, I'm supposed to be in customer service. Before I was a server, I was working at like fast food restaurants, and nothing against them, love it, but we need them jobs. But why are you yelling at me over a burger? So it's one of those type of things. It's like the work life, trying to balance out school, trying to balance out finding housing. It's just overhyped. Like, I really waited my whole life to grow up and do this.
I mean, her concerns and her anxieties are legitimate. The problem is that Kamala Harris is going to use those concerns, those anxieties, and mobilize them for a communist revolution. That's the problem. She's exactly right. I mean, it's very hard to afford basic things in this country. Rent is out of control. Democrats create the problem, and then they say that they're the solution. So they break the window, and they happen to own a window repair company, except they don't own a window repair company. It's like breaking a window and calling an arsonist. Oh, break the window. Let's have the local demolition crew come in. It keeps them in power. Inflation is caused by government overspending. And we have it so good in this country. And Kamala Harris is nakedly pandering. If you want lower prices and better goods, You need free markets and competition rather than monopolies and price controls. Economics, though, is not the public's strong suit at all. She promises price controls. Many of the lemmings are going to love it. Yeah, Kamala Harris is going to make it easier for me to be able to buy my groceries. No, she won't. You will have a Soviet grocery store. When Boris Yeltsin came to America, he was marveling at our grocery stores. Just put 118 up again. He couldn't believe it. His hands were up. And it really is an interesting question that when the wall fell, was it 91? Is that right? 1991? Because this is 2 years before the wall fell. When the wall fell, it was 89? Was that then? I guess my years are off. Oh, then this was right before the wall fell. USSR fell in 91. Thank you. That's what I was. Wires crossed. Who won the Cold War? Who won the Cold War? We might have temporarily won the Cold War when the wall fell and the USSR fell in 1991. We were told by Francis Fukuyama, it's the end of history. Neoliberalism has won everything. Little did we know that there was a sleeper cell, a very quiet tumor that metastasized. Look how far we have fallen since 1989. 1989, he comes and marvels at our grocery stores. 2024, our current vice president wants to bring the Soviet model to the United States. With complete ingratitude, lack of understanding, no economic literacy whatsoever. And I just want to caution all of you. This is really, really bad economics. But there is a problem. Is that good economics is rarely good politics. Sometimes it is. That's where Donald Trump is able to strike that balance between good politics and good economics. But unfortunately, the lessons of Cuba, Venezuela, Central America is that bad economics are good politics. For example, I will give everybody free stuff. Free stuff is very popular. It gets Democrats elected in LA and San Francisco, San Jose, New York. I will give everybody somebody else's income. College loans are waived. Free stuff populism is Kamala's angle. She does not care what it does to the country. She wants to be president so badly. She wants to be in charge of this country. It does not matter if she has to rule over the ashes. She would rather become president of Dresden, where it is completely incinerated, firebombed. Her platform at its core is I will take from somebody else to give you free stuff.